Blog Talk Radio.
Don't be so hard on yourself. Those tears are for someone else. I hear your voice on the phone. I hear you feel so alone, my baby. Oh, my baby. Please, my baby. My baby. When we were young and truth was paramount, we were older then, and we lived a life without any doubt. Those memories, they seem so long ago. What's become of them? When you feel like me, I want you to know, don't cry, you're not alone. Don't cry tonight, my baby. Don't cry, you'll always be loved. Don't cry tonight, my baby. Today I dream of friends I had before, and I wonder why the ones who care don't call anymore. My feelings hurt, but you know I overcome the pain, and I'm stronger now. There can't be a fire unless the flame. Don't cry, you're not alone. Don't cry tonight, my baby. Don't cry, you'll always be loved. Don't cry, oh, limousines and sticky fence. Don't leave me now, 'cause I'm afraid what you've done to me is now the warmth in my bed, in my head, in my head, in my head. The challenges we took were hard enough. They get harder now. Even when we think that we've had enough, don't feel enough. 'Cause it's all you understand. I was sedative. Take a piece of me whenever you can. Don't cry. Don't be sorry. You're not alone. Don't cry tonight, my baby. Don't cry, you'll always be loved. Don't cry.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Peace and blessings. You are listening to Epiphany Radio, the For Real Network, sponsored by Larry Maddox. And we want to thank him for his support and the opportunity to be here tonight. Again, welcome. Welcome to Hurt Locker. We are so glad you chose to be here tonight. My name is Murder, She Wrote, and I'm here with my co-host, Stan the Man Phillips. Hey, Stan, how are you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm doing great. It's wonderful to be here tonight. It is. And we've got a very, very serious subject to deal with that is universal to us all.
Absolutely, Stan. Our show tonight is going to be about dealing with loss. And when I say dealing with loss, I'm talking about dealing with the loss of life, dealing with the loss of love, dealing with the loss of self, or anything really that our callers tonight have dealt with that they have lost. And that's a wide genre of loss, Stan.
Oh, yes. Yes. And like I said, it's universal. There's not a human being on the planet that does not experience loss.
Unfortunately, there's not at all. So I do want to remind everybody that we are on the air, and if you call in at 319-572-6300, press 1 if you want to join the conversation, or you can just listen at that number, and you can also, as always, listen to blogtalkradio.com. For those of you that are just tuning in, this is the Hurt Locker. We are really excited to be here tonight. Again, we are your hosts, Murder, She Wrote, and Stan the Man Phillips. Like I said before, tonight we are addressing dealing with loss. Now, callers, tonight we are talking about dealing with loss. I know this is a hard subject, but one that needs to be addressed so that we can help others while helping ourselves through this poetic therapy. So I really want us to get together as a family tonight, heal each other while helping others heal themselves through poetic therapy. Stan, do you have any poems for our host round this morning or this evening?
Well, yes, I do. I've got one that was sent in as a submission by Mr. George Wiley. And he is a friend of our friend, Mr. Dennis White. And
oh, wonderful.
Yes, and he sent us a poem about loss, and it's called, Is There an App for Goodbye?
Oh, my goodness.
Here we go.
Okay.
I lost some people last year, and I'm not ready to ask why. The answers aren't abundantly clear. Is there an app for goodbye? They left a hole in my life. Technology doesn't tell me why. At least they're gone from this strife. But is there an app for goodbye? When they're stopped before their time and had not yet accessed their sky, and simple faith does not define, is there an app for goodbye? And peace. And that is a poem from Mr. George Wiley.
Wow. I wish there was an app for goodbye, because there's an app for hello.
True.
I really wish there was one for goodbye. Okay, well, I really wanted to start off with a poem, but also, when I was researching some things, I love researching quotes, as you do. And I found a quote from a 13th century poet, and his name is Rumi. I don't know what his long formal name is, but he goes by Rumi. And it simply said, don't grieve. Anything you lose comes around in another form. And when I saw that, I literally cried. Like, that is an awesome quote, and it spoke to me, and it inspired me to write this piece. So this piece that I'm about to spit is The Night I Lost You. Or better yet, the night you lost me.
Oh, that should be yes. Yes.
I lost you. Somewhere deep between the purple sunset and the burning volcano. Because it never seems like a happy medium. More like this up and down roller coaster. I don't know if I even really love you. Or if I just envisioned a one-sided future. Last night, I watched the sunset over the ocean, turning its blue waters a red, orange color like fire, just like in your eyes when you think of her. Who is this woman you admire? My anger seethes. It settles down. It gets comfortable, ready to explode, like the red seas inside my mind, thoughts swirling around in my inside. Everything in it has died. My compassion for you has floated away. I don't give two shits about what you got to say. Don't know if this anger turns my thoughts to gray, but I really can't be mad. Because all those nights you left me alone, turning my heart into stone, I still walked, even though my heart was weakened by thrown stones. So I got out my pen. Not knowing how the story would end, see, he reminded me I have worth, that my words have meaning. One day, I woke up smiling and had stars in my eyes that were gleaming. He took the time to listen to my voice, not out of necessity or incompatibility, but he had a choice. But somehow my voice intoxicated him. He wasn't ashamed about my sin, and he loves the skin I'm in. These scars no longer are a reminder of the pain. When my body gave up and said enough was enough, of believing in a man that drowns his sorrows like quicksand. I cannot get stuck in your pain, cannot let your toxicity consume me, because he has opened my eyes to your selfish lies. My sunset no longer resembles your volcano, more like purple clouds. No more fire orange glows across the ocean inside my heart. My purple clouds resemble strength. My black clouds resemble pain. His sunset, a beeline to my heart. The waves aren't violent, more relaxed and content. He takes his time to disassemble my rhymes, to understand each stanza. The waves calmly come to me, gently, getting my feet wet. And soon, I can't remember your eyes, because you have chosen to ignore the beautiful woman that I have become. You think the shit happened overnight? That the darkness overcame my sight? You cannot blame me because I chose favor over failure. There's a line between them. You may have said all the right things, but he came and he became the man of my dreams. Now there are no broken lines in between because my heart has been malfunctioned. But somehow, he was able to restart what you have broken. I chose you. I chose to forgive you for your pain, but not forget the past. I need the memories to last so my future is not so bleak, and my smiles will not be small and meek, but larger than life and full of colors like purple and green. The ones that make my smile gleam, no longer breaking apart at the seams. I can no longer tolerate less than I deserve. Spending so many nights alone while you go and do whatever it is you do on your own. It's time for a new start. So I'm about to give this man a try. Wearing my heart on my sleeve, brought this new year in with him, with no fear, no guilty feelings, because it wasn't a sin to make the decision to let him in. And yeah, I made love to him that night. And finally, I didn't have to fight. The demons in my mind, they took their final flight. In peace.
That definitely spoke volumes. the difference between someone who's there when the sun is shining and someone who's willing to stand with you in the storm. Outstanding. I like that one.
I appreciate that. Thank you. And, you know, that piece is personal. That piece is extremely personal. And you're right. It does make a difference when someone is there every single day, in and out, and actually do the things that they say they're going to do, or if they're just like, okay, gotcha, and you never see them again. So, exactly. Yeah, that's what that piece was, and that's definitely a loss that I think everyone I know has dealt with. So thank you so much for that.
No, thank you for sharing it.
Not a problem. Now, I think, let's see, I do want to remind everybody again that we are listening to Epiphany Radio tonight. It's the For Real Network, sponsored by Larry Maddox. This is Hurt Locker. Your host is Murder, She Wrote, and Stan the Man Phillips. And it looks like we might have some callers coming in now. But before we do, let's go to, let's have a music break.
Here we go.
But I'm stronger. You thought that I'd be broke without you, but I'm richer. You thought that I'd be sad without you, I laugh harder. Thought I wouldn't grow without you, now I'm wiser. Thought that I'd be helpless without you, but I'm smarter. You thought that I'd be stressed without you, but I'm chilling. You thought I wouldn't sell without you, so not millions. I'm a survivor. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna work harder. I'm a survivor. I'm gonna make it. I was survivor. Keep on surviving. I'm a survivor. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna work harder. I'm a survivor. I'm gonna make it. I was survivor. Keep on surviving. Thought I couldn't breathe without you. I'm inhaling. You thought I couldn't see without you. Perfect vision. You thought I couldn't last without you, but I'm lasting. You thought that I would die without you, but I'm living. Thought that I would fail without you, but I'm on top. Thought it would be over by now, but it won't stop. Thought that I would self-destruct, but I'm still here. Even in my years to come, I'm still gonna be here. I'm a survivor. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna work harder. I'm gonna make it. I am a survivor. Keep on surviving. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna work harder. I'm gonna make it. I will survive. Wishing you the best. Pray that you are blessed. Much success, no stress, and lots of happiness. I'm better than that. I'm not gonna blast you on the radio. I'm better than that. I'm not gonna lie to you and your family. I'm better than that. I'm not gonna hate on you in the magazine. I'm better than that. I'm not gonna compromise my Christianity. I'm better than that. You know I'm not gonna diss you on the internet. 'Cause my mama taught me better than that. I'm a survivor. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna work harder. I'm a survivor. I'm gonna make it. I'm a survivor. Keep on surviving. I'm a survivor. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna work harder. survive being Buddhist.
All right. Stan, you there?
Oh, I'm here, and we are back here at the Hurt Locker.
All right. Well, once again, we are the Hurt Locker. This is Murder, She Wrote with my co-host, Stan the Man Phillips. And it looks like we do have one caller. And guess who that caller is, Stan?
Who would that be?
Van Meadows.
Outstanding.
Hey, good evening, family. How y'all doing?
Oh,
hey,
doing
Van,
good,
how you doing?
Oh, man, I'm doing wonderful. Amazing pieces that you did. Nice quote. And this is a subject that I'm sure we all can deal with and have gone through it at some point or some phase in our lives.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So did you bring us a piece tonight?
I sure did.
All right. I can't wait to hear your poetic therapy.
All right, give me one moment. Let me cue it up.
Okay. How was your weekend?
All right. Oh, interesting, because I was at home dealing with funerals, 2 funerals, one on Friday and one on Monday. So I definitely understand. So it was amazing.
Well, our condolences for that. I am so sorry.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. The piece that I wrote that I brought tonight is a piece that I wrote for my mom last Mother's Day, and it's called Hey Mom. Hey Mom, I'm sorry I never got to tell you I love you for the last time. It's true. That night when I was 14 and you awakened me, told me you're going to the hospital. Forgive me. Forgive me for assuming you were coming back. I mean, what child never thinks they will not see their mom come back? Well, our last words to each other were, take care of your brothers and sister if I don't come back. I brushed it off like a soft attack. I assumed after a few days you would be well. Now I see it was hard to tell. Hey, Mom, it's the 30th Mother's Day without you. I weep eternally because you never got to see your grandchildren. They're beautiful, and then I would get mad when others say they don't talk to their parents, and I see the level of disrespect. I just wish I could connect, to get a hug, because life beat me down. Internally, I still frown. Hey, Mom, I miss you, and I love you. It gets rough, but I grew. I grew into the man I hoped would make you proud. I scream aloud, my lungs filled with air and breath. Yours collapsed, that very thing that brought you to your death. For decades I stood back, so my children's mothers can enjoy this day with no flack. But this time is different. I still can't connect. Hey, Mom, I hope my life has given you a reason to smile. Well, these are your grandchildren. You'll meet them after a while. For now, continue resting in heaven as I continue making you proud as I can. In peace.
That was beautiful.
God, Van, that was amazing.
Thank you.
That was.
Oh, yeah. That's the one biggest regret I think people do have in their lives is we really never know when that moment is. And one of the big regrets is I never had a chance to say goodbye or I love you.
Absolutely. Because I did not have that chance.
Yeah.
I did not have that chance. So I you know. But she lives on in her children, her grandchildren, and we never forget.
Nope. As long as there's someone that remembers or someone that passes on her tales and the stories of what it was to live with her and what her life was, she's not gone.
Absolutely. All right, well, I'm going to get out of you guys' way. Thank you for allowing me to share that, and I'm enjoying the show. And I'm going to sit back on the couch. And as Stan Phillips would say, On to the next.
Until the next.
Don't forget about the making a difference round at the end. If you want to do that, call back in, okay?
Absolutely, will do.
Okay, we'll see you then. Thanks for calling in.
Definitely.
Thank you, Dan.
Take your
Thank
socks
you
off.
for sharing that.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow. That poem, it gave me chills. I know that's something that, of course, that's not something that I've ever been through, but that's something that a lot of children, whether they're children or whether they're grown, have dealt with, is losing their mother, and that's awful. And I really appreciate that poem, Stan.
Oh, hey, for him to share that and, something that touches that deeply, but that again, that's the point of the Hurt Locker, for us to share that. You share a burden, it's not as heavy, especially when you realize, hey, I'm not alone in this. There are other people carrying this too.
Yes, and so speaking on sharing, if you guys want to share, you want to hit the mic, you have something to say, anything that you want to say, or any poetic therapy regarding this this subject of loss, any kind of loss, please do give us a call at 319-527-6300. Don't forget to press 1. Also, remember you can listen on blogtalkradio.com. And it looks like we have another caller. So let me see if they're ready now, okay?
All right.
Hello.
Hello,
Hey.
hi. Welcome to Hurt Locker.
Thank you. Great evening of peace and blessings. This is Titan, the Poetic Chef, calling all the way from Southern California.
All
Hi,
right.
how you doing?
I'm good. Glad I could get in on the call again this week and get in on this hot discussion. Yes, indeed. Everybody does suffer loss every single moment of every single day, and the grieving has to take its course, but you have to remember to also uplift those who are hurting, because it's a big hole that you have to fill, and unfortunately it takes time to fill it back so you don't hurt as much. The hurt is always going to be there, but it doesn't ever need to be more than it needs to be.
Absolutely. So I know you have some poetic therapy for us tonight.
Yes, I do. And the title of the piece I'm bringing tonight is simply called Flicker. And here it goes. I want what I see, but I have no direction. In total darkness, you stand. In the doorway, a bright glow. I squint like I've never seen light. A glimmer of hope, radiating with such potential. It's sad that the appreciation you deserve is still accepting applications from those without credentials. It's time for you to graduate with honors. No longer consider mediocrity as a standard to which you base your happiness, because happiness starts with God. Then it trickles down into you, allowing you to realize no one defines you. The silhouette I saw as my glimmer of hope has begun to lose its glow. Now flickering with darkness, it seems that what I saw in you was just a reflection of me. With my dwindling faith and shaky knees and nerves, I stumble towards reality and realize that I am free. And that's that piece.
Really. It does all trickle down from the Creator.
It does. In that last line was the whole poem.
Yep. That's a great truth that you just spoke there. That really is.
Thank you very much. It just like I said, you have to realize that loss isn't the end, but it's a continuation. So I had stated before the call went live that loss can also be a gain. So in an up, loss does not exist. So it's simply like thinking inside of the matrix. What you perceive something to be really isn't at all. It's just like this mirror image, something that you're supposed to see, but it's just an obstacle that you have to get through. So loss, there's no such thing as loss, because in the world that we live in the life that we live, spirits never die. Only the body does. So we mourn the body temporarily, but we celebrate the spirit forever. So that's my message for everybody out there that's dealing with something. It's all temporary. Everything in life is temporary. So
absolutely, and that's definitely one way to look at it.
Yeah. We're so used to and we're so ingrained in the physical existence that a lot of what we believe, base our reactions on, and everything are in this physical existence. And this isn't it. This is transient. We are on our way someplace else. There's always another journey. This is just one of them.
Amen. But I appreciate you guys having me on the show tonight, and I know you guys got other callers in the queue, so I'm going to sit back here and finish listening to the show, and I'm going to stick through to the very end like I did last week. So you guys keep doing what you're doing.
Well, we'll be happy to hear you in the Make the Difference round.
No doubt.
All right. Thank you, sir, for sharing that. On to the next.
Definitely on to the next. It looks like we do have one more caller. Let's see if they're ready to go on.
Hello, Stan. Hello, Murder She Wrote. How you guys doing?
Good evening.
Good. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm okay. A little achy from this weather, but other than that, I'm okay. I was not to get off topic, but I was watching that Cheeto-colored person in office tell more lies to us about this so-called alleged government shutdown, and everybody is denying him this money, and he's saying that the immigrants, he keeps calling them coyotes. Why does he call these people coyotes? That man is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Something wrong with him. Really. Truly.
Do you really want to know one of his advisors probably dropped on him the name of what they use when they refer to the people who do help sneak the immigrants across the borders. They're called coyotes. So I guess in his little happy mind, they must all be coyotes,
Jesus. And he's just lying. He lies like a rug. It's ridiculous. Really, it is. And the more I look at him, I try not to even look at my television when he's on, because I can't believe he's actually real. I can't believe somebody actually looks like that. I'm like, did they just crush up some orange dust and just throw it at him or something? I've never seen anybody look like him before in my life. Crazy. It's crazy. And the Democrats, they came on and they were telling people he is not giving you the truth about what's going on, as if we didn't know. But they offered a solution, and he's just turning it down. They're offering some funds to him, but he can't get all of it at once. So he's pissed, and he's like, no, if I can't have it all, nobody can have anything. And boo-boo. It's ridiculous with him. Really. I just don't get it. Everybody's sick of him now. I know they're sorry they put him in office. Excuse me 1 second. You have to plug that in.
You know, I can definitely count on you to make us laugh and to say some real straight stuff on the show. I love it.
I'm trying to tell you, the man is through off for real. I think he just ran into a wall and bumped his head. That wall that he once built, I think he ran into it already and bumped his head real hard. I just don't get it.
I know.
Really.
Well, saying that, do we have some poetic therapy to get us in the groove, so we for any loss or anything that you lost, or that's a loss too. But
well,
did you bring us some pieces today?
Yeah, this is about a really, really hard time in my marriage at one time, some years back, and I didn't know in the beginning. People can hide who they really are for a long time from you until something triggers the truth to come out in them. And it's usually when they can't get their way and they've they've exhausted all their possibilities, then they finally show, they finally reveal who they really are to you.
True colors.
Yeah, we worked through it, but it was devastating at the time because I didn't know how things were going to go. But I call this the dark behind the light. Okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
When we first met, when first we met, it was happiness and ecstasy. Your light, so awesome. Darkness could not be seen. You made me feel I made a difference somewhere in your life. I couldn't foresee the enemy to bring about strife. Your strength, unmatched. Your wit and intellect, not of this earth. Not a soul dare tread your path. I never would have figured you wanted me in the dirt. And peace.
Wow. That's what you call blindsided.
Yeah, because that's when I realized that my husband was a narcissist of some sort. And it's like, it just went, it was like, it did a whole different turn in my life. And I felt like something was snatched away from me, to go from completely happy to just total, it's like a dark cloud was put over me, literally. You wouldn't believe me if I told you how that day went. And it carried on for a few years afterwards. I don't even know where it came from. He just snapped. And I'm like, wow. A lot of bad things took place. I was tortured and mentally abused really, really bad. And I didn't think I was going to come through it, but I did. But
you did. You did make it through it, and that's awesome that we can see the sunshine through the rain. That's awesome, and I'm so happy that you made it through it, because I know I've heard some pieces that you've done before, and they're absolutely amazing, and I'm so proud that you did make it through everything that you've been through.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I truly appreciate that. Well, I do have a piece for you guys later, but I got to finish it. I was trying to write it down. I wanted to read that first, but regardless, I'll give it to you guys a little bit later.
Okay, please call us back or hit one again when we do our Making a Difference round. But until then, where can everybody find you?
Exactly.
Oh, I'm right on my Facebook page. Stan, we're friends on Facebook. You can give them my information. My name is Danielle Cheney. I'm trying to get used to my pen name, La Perla Negra, rolling over my tongue, but I'm just not feeling it like that yet. But
I told you last week. That was a fire name, though. That's a good name.
I know.
Yes.
I know. I think if I hear you guys say it more, all the other poets say it more, then I'll start to say it. But I'm so used to just saying my name. It kind of escapes me.
Absolutely. Go in front of the mirror.
Okay. Yeah, my name is Danielle Cheney. I'm right there on Facebook. I don't know. It's been a little bit of technical difficulties with the event page because it like disappears and then reappears. I don't know.
Oh, really?
Yeah. This past couple of weeks, I've been having issues with it. Maybe it's my Facebook. I don't know.
Okay. But, all right. Well, we'll definitely look into that. But thanks for calling, and I hope you finish your piece and call back so that make a difference around. Okay.
I definitely will.
Looking forward.
Wonderful.
All right, guys.
On to the next.
Okay. On to the next. Actually, Santa, we have to make out time for that station identification. So once again, you guys are listening to the Hurt Locker on Epiphany Radio, the For Real Network, sponsored by Larry Maddox. And also, I do want to remind you, if you want to call in and listen, it's 319-572-6300. Dial 1 if you want to join the conversation. Or also, you can listen to blogtalkradio.com. I actually have one little bitty announcement to make. That's actually something really, really special and good. Would you like to hear it, Stan? I'm sure everybody else would too.
Da-da-da-da. Let's hear it.
Da-da-da-da. Okay, so I have a really, really good friend. She's like one of my best friends, probably like a daughter to me. Actually, not probably. She is like a daughter to me. And her name is Ashanti. And she has 2 beautiful babies. And she's getting married to CJ tomorrow at 8 o'clock in the morning, I think. And I am so proud of them. They have been through so much. I want to tell you about, families and loss and everything. Look, these 2 have been through the ringer. And they come out every time, like, ready to fight. So I'm really proud of them. I'm really excited for them tomorrow. I hope Ashanti and CJ have the best wedding and the best marriage, and I hope it lasts forever, and many, many blessings for them. I'm so sorry I can't be there, but I'm so happy for them.
Well, congratulations to them.
Yes, so I'm very, very happy for them. And with that note, we're going to go into another song, so another music break, okay?
All righty. Mm-hmm.
DJ at Glow.
I was stupid, really stupid. Something told me deep inside, better not do it. What a dummy, such a dummy. To let some mess I shouldn't have did take you from me. Girl, if I could take it back, it'd be so fast. I'd be such an angel. You'd think that me and Jesus was cool. Like that, just like that. Everything between us be good. Girl, I know what I should have done. Should have walked away the moment that I saw it coming. But I blew it, really blew it, and lost the only girl I love. Dear God, if you're listening now, I need you to do a thing for me. You see my baby, she done up and walked out. I need you to bring her back to me. I know that I was wrong, I was guilty of sin, probably not priority. But dear God, if you're listening now, I'm down here dying, begging, crying. Somebody need to pray for me. Dear God, if you're listening, thought I was something, really something. In the end, who knew I'd end up with nothing? I was frontin', truly frontin'. Girl, I really can't be mad, I had it coming. Guess if I was half the man I know I am, I would be so good that even Oprah be jealous of you. It's like that, yeah, like that. Everything between us be good. Girl, I know what I should've done. Should've walked away the moment that I saw it coming, but I blew it, really blew it, and lost the only girl I love. Dear God, if you're listening now, need you do a thing for me. You see my baby, she done up and walked out. I need you bring her back to me. I know that I was wrong, I was guilty of sin, probably not priority. But dear God, if you're listening now, I'm down here dying, begging, crying. Somebody ought to pray for me. I'm making you this promise right now. If you can do this one thing for me, I'll be the man that you want. I'll be the man that you need. Church every Sunday, prayers every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Just bring my baby back to me. Need to do a thing for me. You see my baby, she don't have to walk down. Oh, I know that I was wrong, I was guilty of sin. Oh, yeah. But dear God, if you're listening now, I'm dying, praying. Somebody ought to pray for me. Oh, Lord, 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 please listen to my cry. Yeah. Bring my baby back to me. Oh, God. Oh, 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 oh.
All right, welcome back. Again, you guys are listening to Epiphany Radio, the For Real Network. It's sponsored by Larry Maddox, and this is Hurt Locker. I am your host, Murder She Wrote, along with my co-host, Stan the Man Phillips. That was an awesome song, right?
That was a very good song from what I heard of it. I had to step out of the room for a minute. A lady, my great friend and muse, her name's Gemma, just got back. She had to go to the hospital. She was having chest pains. Yeah, she was having chest pains, and she's already got like a monitor pacer installed. And I'm sitting there thinking, I do not need this kind of, cosmic karma and irony right now. I'm doing a program on loss, and she's on her way to the hospital.
Oh, but she's okay?
She's back. Whatever it was, evidently wasn't too severe. But, yeah, that was a little moment in karma that I could have lived without. Oh, man.
Oh, my goodness, Dan. Well, I'm glad that she's home. I hope that everything's okay. I know those chest pains can be scary. I know from personal experience that can be really scary. So I'm really, really glad that she's home.
Yes.
Okay, and it looks like we have another caller too, Stan.
All right.
It's legendary.
Oh, wow. I come in the building and I already know my name. All right.
Oh, you like that?
That's right. That's right.
Must be doing something right. Come in. I am doing pretty good. This is my first time calling on the show, and Titan, shout out to Titan, he told me about the show and suggested I should call in, as he usually does. I'll be trying to be lazy or something. He'll be like, bro, call into the show. And, of course, if it's the first time, I'm going to call in to support. So
congrats on the show to Miss Holly and Stan Phillips. It's good to hear you, man.
Oh, thank you, Legendary. It's good to hear you too, and welcome.
Thank you so much. And yes, I know if Titan told you to call in, I know you got some mad stuff to spit. So, do you have some poetic therapy for us tonight?
Well, anyone who knows me knows how the swordplay gets down, and if you have not heard me spit for the first time, I freestyle my spoken word off the top of my head. Both Titan, Van, and Stan know this. So, Miss Holly, you are in for a treat because I'm going to freestyle off the top of my head. And so you know it's legit, you're going to give me the subject to freestyle about. You can give me a couple of words or anything that pops into your mind. Now, keep in mind, you're going to know it's a freestyle because it's off the top of my head. Because you're telling me what to put in the poem. So you're going to give me what you can think of, and it's going to come out into a dope freestyle spoken word.
Wow.
All right, Stan, I'm going to let you choose this one.
Well,
no, you're the host of Stan can give me a topic, but ultimately, murder, she wrote.
The subject is loss. That's established already. But now I think the decision has to be specifically what loss.
Oh, what loss? Okay.
And I would go with, I think, maybe either you having a sense that you've lost respect or how you might have lost respect for someone else.
Okay. All right. I've got that.
All right. Let's hear it.
I lost. They say you win some, you lose some, you live to fight another day, but I heard that alliteration on the golden time of day, and Frankie Beverly and Mays couldn't soothe my alliteration for the letter L, and Legendary starts with the letter L, but it's not about living lavishly, it's about living just enough for the city while taking L's, and I tried to loop it into a circle to call it love, but love had gotten spelled backwards, and it's spelled evil, but not Knievel because I dare not touch the motorcycle, but I'd rather just motor my way around this cycle because I'm tired of not being enough, not manly enough, not considered manly or masculine enough because I have to wear this mask that says I'm manly, but mainly because I am not manly enough to say I need. I can't tell you what I need because as my knuckles need to breathe, I crawl on my hands and knees because that's the affliction that I had when you have this infliction called palsy in your body, and palsy is personified by purpose. Purpose becomes poetry, and poetry becomes the purpose behind the person. But person is the singular form of people, and I get no love from my people, and they say we're all equal, but the only way we're all equal is being pawns in our own game of self-destruction. So I stutter and stammer just like the DJ cuts and pump up the volume, pump up the volume, pump up the volume. But water only takes the shape of its container, and nothing can contain me because I am such a free spirit, or so I claim to be. Nobody can love me because my feet point in different directions. Nobody can love me because of my caramel skin complexion. It's not dark enough, so I don't have enough melanin. But meanwhile, my thinking is what thinking is your melanin, and therefore it depends on what state your melan's in, and therefore I take two of these cantaloupes trying to lift myself and nourish myself up enough to have some hope. So now hope is, I stutter again because they labeled me unintelligent, and they marked me with this word called disability, so they diss my abilities, but I dismiss their disses and their diss tracks. Meanwhile, instead of keeping track of who wrote diss tracks, I lost the love of my life. I lost her at an early age, and I don't mean an early age as in a child, but an early age when I just started figuring out what a man was. But I'm not just a man. I'm a man who bears the label of disabled, and I'm able to sense who is able and not able to take care of what I'm able to do. See, I'm a man that knows what he has to bring to the table before he even comes to you. See, I am one of those special cases of men where you are the one who needs to prove yourself because I've needed on these knuckles of mine because the leg strength was so bad of mine, and my legs and my back and my knees and my hips. Meanwhile, I am hypnotized by your hips, but meanwhile, there's another hip that I'm afraid of. It's called a hypocrite. Hypocrites swing their hips like this, and hypocrites, and I know those hips don't lie, or so I heard in a song once, but the song gets stuck on replay even as a broken record. And for the record, I have no police record, but I've been arrested because my heart stops palpitating because everyone wants to act like they're the Pope, blessing me, but they're cursing me. And I'm not talking about writing in cursive. See, I'm talking about cursing me, and not in the sense of swearing, but swearing themselves into the etch of my heart and swearing that they're woman enough for me, and all men are not manly enough. And yes, all men, as in yes, all men do wrong, but guess what? I see a lot of women want to take credit for making a man, but when it comes to the accountability for the fingerprints on the hilt of a blade that was stabbed in a man, then suddenly silence. Meanwhile, I have to keep silent because it's not manly enough to let out emotion. So meanwhile, I'm imploding. I'm exploding from the inside out because I'm not allowed to cry about it. Prince said he knows what it's like when doves cry. Well, I'm not a dove. This is what it's like when a crow cries from a broken wing because nobody wants to hear the caw fly in the morning. In fact, they'd rather hear the robin sing of spring. But meanwhile, I, the blackbird that wanted to fly, I, the blackbird that was caged, and caged inside this label that they called cripple, and caged inside this label that they called disabled, and caged inside this label that they call unintelligent, and caged inside this label that they call retarded, and caged inside these labels because everyone knows record labels is what makes the labels on the back of my T-shirt. So I wear a T-shirt like, you know, so fresh and so clean. So I try to keep it clean because everybody can't handle that profanity profoundly. But I am the haiku. I am the iambic pentameter because my temper has been tampered with. Meanwhile, I'm not man enough to stamper myself, so I stammer to the surface of my feet every single day, even though they point in different directions, hating myself because my knees constantly buckle, unconfident, self-loathing, self-hating, self-critical, and even though my heart is in critical condition from no one loving it, I still have enough to love, hope, enough to stand by myself. Not stand by myself, but by myself, because whether it's 1 versus 500, 1 versus the world, or 1 versus the cosmos, I know one thing love me most, and that's the Most High. Meanwhile, most are so worried about the right to get high that every time I wave high, it just looks like someone saying, hey, want to get high? You got that weed? I got that loud. But meanwhile, when I get loud, I need to be silent because I'm a man, and men just don't let out their emotions. So now I'm a crow that's become flightless, and that's that piece.
Oh, man. I know anybody in this world that would imagine for 1 second that you're not intelligent, or even go as far as thinking you're retarded, I would like to see their synapse fire off that fast and flow like that. You are astounding. You are outstanding, and you are outstanding. Bravo.
That is a true story. I had to take this neuropsychological evaluation, and their impressions, quote unquote, was that I had a borderline intellectual functioning and nonverbal learning disorder. And the first one basically means a mild form of retardation. I was diagnosed with cerebral palsy, and just because you don't see the crutches and the wheelchairs doesn't mean it doesn't have issues. You know, there's a lot of self-consciousness that comes with this, a lot of self-criticism, and I deal with that, you know. So I walk through this world not, you know, you look at what society says a man is. A man's just here to do the physical labors, but, you know, I'm strong enough to carry the emotional labors. But like I said, people with disabilities, men with disabilities, you're the ones that got to prove yourselves to us that you can love us in spite of our conditions, because at least you can see what our conditions are, you know. But it's hard to be proud of having a strong heart and a strong spirit when these tangible things, these physical things are what's praised so much more deeply. So that's where that came from.
Legendary, I just want to tell you that as far as your diagnosis goes and as far as what doctors have told you, I don't know how much you know about me. Our next show is actually going to be lupus awareness. I've had lupus for 15 years.
Oh, I know. My late mother had it, and my late mother had it. My mom also passed away in 2014, which is why I understood band piece. My late mom had it. I have a couple of friends that have it, so it's pretty. Yeah, that's pretty harsh. Pretty hard to deal with.
You are definitely a strong person, and for anybody to come to your face and tell you you're stupid, I mean, you can make them so stupid in about 2 seconds flat. All you have to do is open your mouth, because I mean, I don't know anybody.
Everybody
who
said that
like
too.
that.
Everybody, I read that paper too. They're like, have they heard you? What?
Okay, so you know what? But we can't. That's our problem too. Is we can't listen to what other people say. Other people say we're gonna die. Other people say we're gonna be stupid. But we got to be strong enough and powerful enough, just like you are, to be able to fight against that. So I really appreciate you coming on the show tonight, and I definitely want you to come on the show next week. Because we're definitely going to be talking about lupus. And I definitely want to see if you have another freestyle tonight on our Make a Difference round.
That sounds good. That sounds good. And yeah, my diagnosis, I was born 2 pounds. I was premature. You know, they told my adopted mom he ain't going to make it. He just needs to be comfortable. And here I am, 20 plus years later, just writing poetry, being a poet. And, basically, yeah, all those people, and those were real diagnoses that they came up with. And everyone I read that to, they were like, are they serious? Like, no way. Your IQ is 77. What the hell are they? Have they heard you perform? Like, so,
yeah.
That's
not even possible.
I say this. If Donald Trump can be president, if a moron can be president, I can have a French fry. I can eat whatever I want. Okay? It's not nice to call people names, but listen, he is an idiot. He is not qualified to teach people the color inside the lines. Yeah, I said it. And if he can be president, then if I want bacon on my cheeseburger, then I'm having bacon, damn it.
Damn it. Okay. Well, with that was legendary. Where can we find you?
I am not hard to find. I'm on Facebook at my government, which is not as fun. Tyrone, Tyrone. Yes, like Erykah Badu said. And my last name is Huston, Tyrone Houston. And I am on Instagram at THEL_poet. THEL_poet. And those are the two mediums in which y'all can find me. And that's all I got for now. I'm working on some books, but they're not released yet. So that's all I can say is be on the lookout for those.
All right. Well, I spoke to you earlier about that book. Yeah, those books. So you get to work and show us your greatness, okay?
Oh, yeah. We'll do.
Hey,
all right. Have a good night, and we'll talk to you later.
One thing to say to you. My dad used to say there's a difference between hearing and listening. They may have heard you, but their dumbasses were not listening.
There you go. Got it.
Looking forward to hearing you again, my friend.
All right.
On to the next.
All right. So on to the next, right, Stan? So now we have Adrian.
Hello, how are you? Hi, Stan.
Hello.
Hey, Adrian.
How are you? I'm glad you're doing better. You sound better.
I am feeling 100% better. Thank you so much. Yes, last week was one of those weeks. But, they're up and down, and I have to be really thankful for my good days. And today is definitely been a good day, so thank you.
Absolutely. Cool. I'm very glad. So tonight's about loss, huh?
Absolutely.
Oh, boy.
I know you have. Yeah. I know you have a piece.
I do. When I first saw it, I said, "Ooh, I don't wanna." But I thought, you know what? No matter who you've lost or even how you lost, as long as that person is in you or stays with you, it's going to be okay in the end. And that's how I had to see it. I had to, really think on how things are, because when you've had a great love, and I think I had that, but I lost it, and I'm better before it. I'm better for it, and then, how I've known that I was loved, I was called or texted or just something every day, and then one day the call comes and then there's no more calls, and then you're like, what? So, but I do have a piece.
Okay, I can't wait to hear it.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Here goes. After you died, I cried. The overwhelming feeling of loss took away my motivation to be me. a queen, the boss. That fateful night, I asked, what would I do without you? You said you were about to find out. Did you know? Because I didn't know what that was about. I said, I love you. The next day the call came, and my life was never the same. A massive heart attack. I was floored. You were gone. How was I to go on? I found your obituary on Legacy. My heart hurt so bad. No more you and me. No more we. I didn't know where you were buried. I wasn't worried, not one care, because I knew you were no longer there. I kept talking to you like you were here. How I missed you. You were so dear. But I learned spirit never dies. As long as I kept you in my heart, as time went by, I decided to live on the love you gave me instead of drowning in sorrow. It's been 6 years. I'm no longer in tears. I'm a better woman because of you. I've had brighter tomorrows. And I no longer ask God why. Today, I smile instead of cry. In peace.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've got to see that. That's another one that blindsides you. You think things seem to be and then just out of nowhere, boom.
Anyway. We were texting one night, and and it was amazing because he loved my daughter and my granddaughter, and I was on the very end of a not so cool marriage, and and then I've never had to open a door. I've never had to pay a bill. All of that within a 3-year period, and then boom. Just when we start making plans, boom, you know what I mean? But like I said, God knows what he's doing. But I'm good.
God does know what he's doing.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And
but we don't.
And you show me over and over and over, and I don't listen.
So, we don't know why he does what he does, but he knows. And that's as good as it gets right there.
It is. Yeah. Because, I don't think I was ever mad. I was just so sad, though. I mean, I kind of, sheltered myself like this, went within for almost 3 years before I popped back out because I realized that's not what, he would have wanted. He would have wanted me to be happy again, and, so, you live and you learn, but if you could just learn to live on the love instead of drowning in your sorrows, it over time it's so much better. And, you're a better person for having loved them in the first place. So that's what makes it good.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. There are some people
thank you very much for allowing me to share. I really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you.
No, Adrienne, I want you to call in every time. I love when you call in. You always have the greatest pieces, and they always mean so much. And I know that we talk, on Facebook too, and it's some of my situations too. So it's just like you touch me every time you call in. So I hope that you can stay on for the Make a Difference round as well.
Ooh, I'm going to try. I didn't get any feedback. I beat, so I made myself stay up for you. But don't worry, you know what? I'm one of your cheerleaders, Miss Holly.
I know you are, Miss Adrienne, and I'm so happy that you are. I feel so blessed.
Yes, we definitely.
Okay, well, get some rest and have a great night.
All right, honey. Dan, take it easy, my friend.
Oh, you take it easy too, Adrienne. Thank you very much for sharing.
Right.
Yep.
Good night.
All right.
Wow.
I know. That's
Are you there?
Oh. Hello? Yes, I'm here.
Oh, okay. Lost you for a second, I thought.
Oh, no. Well, speaking of chills, you know who's next?
Who's next?
Akil Ali.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah. Y'all
how you doing tonight?
Y'all doing a wonderful job, man. I'm loving this show, man. Shout out to that freestyler. Phenomenal job. Legendary. Always a pleasure. Shout out to Adrian. Danielle, I heard Dan speak. Titan, good job. It's a good show, man. Y'all doing it good. Y'all hosting.
We got some phenomenal.
We're just trying to make a difference.
You guys are, I am so pleased that we have the Hurt Locker, man. And y'all inspired this piece, man. And I've been dreading to make this poem for over 8 years. And the Hurt Locker is what made me do it. So, nothing but love going your way. I call this Until Mama Gone. I didn't know pain until my mama passed. Right in my loving grasp, she took her last breath. As the years fade away, that day haunts me to this day. Teardrop stains remain the same. I pray that God needed one of his angels back. She's probably in heaven right now. Oh, I praise every day for that. Telling her stories over a game of cards, watching over all of us, humming a favorite song. Mad at my brother and I for not getting along, whispering her spirit into me as I write this poem. Proud at her, firstborn and then some. Sometimes I feel her hand on my shoulder, nudging me on to be a little bolder, to take chances in life as I get older. Own my ability and my dream, plan to be a wonderful guarantee. Nazira's son gonna give you this work. She's probably bragging about my birth, withstanding 17 hours of labor and hurt. How I was a blessing and a curse. For that, for what it's worth, she was always been my favorite nurse. Even as a grown married man, if I caught a cold, mama house as fast as I can. My ex-wife never could understand, but if I liked it, mama loved it. She would listen to me vent a little bit, then drop some knowledge of acknowledgement, because the only thing I got the control over is me. What did I do? And how could I have done things differently? Tough love seemed to spread evenly across my life, trying to spin the story of the what happened and why. Don't try to pull wool over mama's eyes. That being said, my mama had eyes in the back of her head. She saw what I did. All my excuses were deemed counterfeit. Only the real would do. She'd rather be kicked by the truth than finessed and kissed by a lie. Boy, bye. Never question a black woman. Bye. Just help the mother of your children. I'm telling you, y'all, this woman was brilliant. She probably sitting up there, still majestic and resentful, carrying out God's orders with a gangster influence, bossing the other angels around, putting them through it. Ow! I felt that, Mom. The smack in the back of my head, reminiscent of when I was a smart aleck, huh? My vision of my mom was so profound, I even cook like her now. What's so funny is she never shared the recipe, throwing me out the kitchen before it was time to eat. What's for dinner, Mama? She would just give us a stare, then finally speak. Good food, my dude. Now sit your ass down and eat. It was gangster but sweet. The dishes barely needed washing because we licked it clean. Mama, that show was good. Even the dreaded string bean. She would serve us like a waitress. A working man needs a hot plate and kindness. But don't get slick. Where's my tip? I'm telling you, my mama was funny as shit. I could go on and on, write an English poem about my mom. I wish I could hug her once more. I love you, mama, wherever you are. In peace.
Wow, that was an outstanding tribute to your mom, man. And yeah, they do have eyes in the back of their head.
Yeah, man.
Akio, that was so beautiful. I know your mama watching you right now, and I know she appreciates everything you just said. And I know that poem was hard to write. I know, and it was beautiful.
It's hard to recite too.
Always for mom.
Always,
yeah,
definitely.
Diabetes is something else. That insulin took out. Only 59 years old, and it has continued to affect me undeniably. She was my best friend. It ain't no realer than that. I talked about my struggles of being a 3-time husband. Let me tell you something. If my mama was here, I wouldn't have gone through half the stuff I've gone through in the last 8-9 years. Real talk. She was my buffer when it came to dealing with talking some common sense to the mother of my children. She was, like I said, my best friend. The think tank. Y'all think I got some ideas on how to put things in fruition, man. I learned that all from that woman right there. So she's dearly, dearly missed. And I would have loved her to be a part of this epiphany journey with me, because she would have had everybody in the neighborhood wrapped around that, sitting by their computer, listening to the Hurt Locker, listening to the Epiphany Spotlight, listening to Let's Talk, listening to the Poetry Night, listening to Inspiration Factor and the Get Down. I'm here to tell you, she would have been our biggest supporter and promoter. Hands down. She was on the web before I knew what the web was, man. I mean, she was fluent in that social media. You know, man. She had AOL and cats didn't know and thought it was a steak sauce. I'm trying to tell you. But say no more, man. Appreciate y'all for listening. Thank you for inspiring me to make the recite and write the hardest poem I ever wrote. God bless y'all. And on to the next.
Well, there you go, boss. There you go. On to the next. But I'm going to tell you now.
That's right.
I want to thank you for sharing that with us.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
You're going to come back for the speed round, right, Akio?
I can't.
Huh?
I can't.
Oh, okay. I know you're a busy man. You are a busy man.
Yeah.
But thank you for calling.
No problem.
All right.
Have a good night.
Be blessed, friend.
All right, Stan. So now we're going to take another music break. But before we do, I just want to remind everybody this is the Hurt Locker with Murder, She Wrote and Stan the Man Phillips. And you guys are listening to Epiphany Radio. It's a For Real network sponsored by Larry Maddox. Again, if you want to call in, please do so, 319-572-6300. We have a little bit over 30 minutes left on the show. Make sure you dial 1 order if you want to go ahead and hop on the conversation, okay? And now we are going to go to some music. Okay, once again, we're listening to Epiphany Radio, the For Real Network, sponsored by Larry Maddox, and you guys are listening to Hurt Locker. I am Murder, She Wrote, and I have my co-host here, Stan the Man Phillips.
Yes, I am.
Are you ready for another caller?
Yeah, I got to say this. What Akil said is what really makes Epiphany amazing. When you look at the lineup of the different broadcasts, we don't just deal with a world of puppies and rainbows. I mean, the very fact that we're on the air right now says, yeah, we want to shed light on the darker part of the human condition. The shows that, like Inspiration Factory, to bring you up The get down. Let's talk about it. Poetry Madness, the Spotlight. There is such diversity and variety. It's not just a single format. It is a multiple layered format any poet can appreciate and get into. I love being a part of this.
As do I, Stan. You know, as everybody knows, this is something, a new adventure for me, and I am so blessed to be able to be a part of Epiphany Radio. It's definitely not something that I had planned. It's something that kind of dropped in my lap, but I thank God every day that it did, because it has brought out another side of myself, as well as, you know, the ability to do what I've always wanted to do, as you have too, I'm sure, is to help other people that are dealing with things that I've dealt with in my life. Like I tell people, this is my quote, one of my quotes, that God does not bring you through the storm so that you can enjoy your joy alone. You have to, if you're able to actually get through something, you have to share it, and you have to help other people, because you never know what your story, and yes, we all have a story, but you never know what your story is going to do and how it's going to affect someone else. So we do definitely thank Epiphany Radio for that as well.
Oh, yes.
So it looks like we have Van back on the phone.
Oh, Mr. Meadows?
Van, you there?
I am here. Hey, how's everybody doing?
Oh, doing
good.
Great.
We good.
Good. Phenomenal show. Dope poets that came through. And I echo what Stan has said regarding the platforms that we have for every poet. Listen, there is no reason why you as a poet are not heard. There is a platform for everyone. We are so excited. And this particular platform right here allows us poetic therapy to get the pain out and allow us to heal each other. So phenomenal show. Loving the show.
Yeah, and thank you for being a part of it, too.
Absolutely. It's my
definitely.
pleasure.
We appreciate you so much, and we appreciate the opportunity to have a platform to help other people, like last week with domestic violence, this week with loss, and next week with lupus or any other chronic illness awareness that we want to bring to the table. So we do appreciate that, and
Absolutely.
we are so blessed to be here.
Absolutely. Love it.
Thank you.
Now, I do have another piece for you, since this is the Make a Difference round. I love that. The name that you've given, instead of just a speed round, the Make a Difference round. Because to me, after we've gone through the healing and the therapy, we should have a piece that makes a difference to not just me, but to someone else. So I'm hoping that this piece does make a difference to someone.
Okay, awesome.
All right.
Can't wait for you to hear it.
Thank you. This piece is titled Hope. I have this hope that one day we will survive and cope. Cope with a reality where we're not examined by our skin color, just the way we need each other. One man had a dream. It wasn't about what today portrays, it seems. No, his dream was a vision and a wake-up call. So he knew that this day would come to us all. I have this hope. The true freedom will come. We no longer have to run, closed off to our constitutional rights. Can't walk the streets at nights. Decades, Aretha provided the soundtrack to many of our lives, so we must fight back. Brutality is at an all-time high. You ever stop and ask why? But I have this hope. No more rope. Hang us up today? How, Sway? How are you going to deliberately misuse the legal system? Because you want to chain us and keep us imprisoned? Rodney King asked, can we all just get along? We could if everything was equal and not wrong. Look at my skin. How dare you say we don't fit in? I have this hope. One day you will rise up and get off the slope. You are kings and queens with power. Believe in yourself this hour. Stand on your principles and beliefs. Make a way out of no way and no more grief. You have the tools inside. Your mind is the key to erase racism. You can't hold back because you see the realism. Eyes wide open and no longer shut. Closed off areas by yellow tape, but it was not genocide, but more of a cop-killing homicide. But I have this hope that one day we will see the promised land and cut off the rope. See, free at last keeps ringing aloud, and so loud it still provokes fear. When I look in my son's eyes, I think of the tears my daughter cries. Don't let me be the only one. I'm not the Pope, but I do have this hope in peace.
Yes, sir. And that's what we have to hang on to, is that hope that someday we recognize there is only one race, and it is the human race. And we are all on the same ride. We are all on the same ride, so we might as well start getting it together.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Most definitely. And like Stan said, we all bleed red. Every one of us. So we need to get it together.
Right.
Really get it together.
That's right.
So I really, really enjoyed that piece, man. I really did.
Thank you so much. It was my pleasure. And Stan, ladies and gentlemen, Murder, She Wrote, this Friday night, Let's Talk About It was on hiatus last week for some family matters. But this Friday night, we will be back with a vengeance. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be posting the show theme and the topic question tomorrow. I have something circling in my mind, but just know that we're going to talk about some serious things. So I hope everybody is ready to be transparent right after the holidays, because we're gonna get into it.
Absolutely. I cannot wait for that one. I definitely missed it last week.
Yes.
Oh, my. My.
Absolutely.
Making me a little bit nervous.
No, it should be fun. It should be fun. It's more of a give you an idea. We're going to talk about those family secrets that come out during the holidays, and basically, has those family secrets that come out during the holidays, has it helped your relationship or hindered it? Yeah.
Woo.
Ouch.
Yeah. So we're gonna dive in deep. We're gonna dive in deep. You know, we're more than just poets. We're human beings, and we have issues that we got to talk about. So let's talk about it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Absolutely. I can't wait.
All right, but I'm gonna go get back on the couch. And let you guys finish doing your thing. Again, phenomenal show. Thank you for having me. Thank you for allowing me to be a part.
Yeah.
Thank
you for tuning. Yes. Always a pleasure, man.
Thank you again.
All right. Have a good night, Van.
Well.
Dan, it looks like we have another caller. We have Danielle.
All right.
I'm still here. Yes, I am.
Yay! I'm glad you're still here.
You know what, girl? Me and you couldn't hang out together. We wouldn't get nothing done. You are so
I know,
bubbly.
but
you have this light that's coming from you, this energy that's coming from you that is just awesome. It is really awesome. Goodness gracious.
Well, thank you so much. That makes me feel so happy. You got me on my little giddy side now.
That's a good thing.
I love you come on here. You always making me smile.
Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. Laughter is great. I'm telling you, it is awesome. It helps you tighten up your stomach muscles. That's what I look for.
Well, you know, if that's how it does, it's worth it, right?
Oh, definitely. Yes, indeed. Now,
I wrote this piece while I was listening to you guys, and I'm trying to. Well, I'm gonna just give it to you. Okay. I know this is supposed to be an uplifting time, and it's kind of hard when you've had, loss in your life. At that time you're going through that loss, it's so hard to actually look up and see, have that hope because they're gone already, and I've had so many close people. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but what I was going to say is that's what the Hurt Lock is for, though. Like everybody goes through stuff. We want to be a platform where you can just come and you can just let it go. That's why we call it poetic therapy. So don't worry about being too harsh or anything like that. Just sit your piece and let's get some therapy. Like, I know you got some stuff.
Yeah, it's quick and short, but it's to the point. I call it You Are Missed. My heart and my mind are at a stalemate, and neither are winning. I cry out, but my tears won't fall. And worse still, that unshakable feeling that nothing is really complete. My mind is, my broken heart. I can't even call you. I stand at life's lonely shores as the sound of your voice constantly echoes in my head and haunts my dreams. I do miss you so. Alas, I'll still do like you've always said. Keep your head up until you glow up. And peace.
Wow. That was some very powerful brevity there. To the point.
Thank you.
Danya, I might use that one day. That was really good. Girl, keep your head up. Most definitely. I love those short and to the point pieces. I'm a little long-winded with mine sometimes, but I love those short and to the point pieces because sometimes when you say what you got to say, that's it. You don't have nothing else to say. That's all. That's all she wrote. But that was awesome.
Thank you. And that's for anybody that has lost somebody because, we feel like we're never going to, it'll be a long time before you see them again, but somebody special told me that. Keep your head up until you glow up. And they explained to me, until you get up there and see me again, just keep your head up. You'll be all right. Trust me.
Yeah.
I always kept that with me.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for that.
Can I ask you one question? Who was that person that did that freestyle? That guy had me in here like, wow.
That was legendary.
Legendary? Man, he is like, I don't know who tried to put him down, but they must have been from another dimension, for really. Because that guy is awesome. Okay, I can't even give him a word good enough to compliment him. He just,
first of all, the confidence level was like, you just give me something and I'm going to spit it out. That first I was like, dang, okay, and I couldn't even think like, okay, let's get it together. But and then when it came out, I was like, oh my gosh, and he just kept going and going. I was like, props to anybody that can freestyle like that, and definitely props to Legendary. Awesome job.
I'm telling you,
I can listen to him all day. I'm trying to tell you, that young man has got a super gift. Whew, he needs to write a book, something, make a movie.
I hit him with a tough one. I hit him with that tough one when I said lost.
You did.
And he just jumped on that thing like he owned it.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Oh, man.
It sounded like that was something that was written a year and a half ago, and he practiced it every single day. Like, I just don't get it. The people that can do that amaze me.
Me too. The only thing I did off the top of my head like that was about the toilet paper in my bathroom not being in there all the time. That was it. Something like him. Oh, man. That was awesome. I hear you saying. You heard my toilet paper piece. Oh,
that was funny. Well,
Yes,
thank you again for
remember
calling.
Say that again, sweetie.
Mm-hmm. I said thank you again for calling. I'm so glad to hear your voice.
Well, thank you
I can't
for
wait to
having
hear you
me,
next.
as always.
Not a problem. You have a good night, okay?
You too, sweetie. All right, Stan. Talk to you guys later.
Oh, yes, ma'am, you will. Thank you again, Danielle. That was wonderful.
All right, Stan. We have another caller. It's actually automatic charismatic.
Oh,
how you doing?
There he is.
Hey, Stan the Man and Murder She Wrote.
Yeah.
Yes. How y'all doing tonight?
Wonderfully.
How are you doing tonight?
Yeah.
I'm doing wonderful. Poetry's in my blood. You and I discussed what makes a difference is being mad. It makes
absolutely. MAD, make a difference. Because you got to be, to make a change, you got to get mad about something. So MAD, yes, we discussed that today.
People are mad.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a freestyle for you all.
Another freestyle. I don't know if I can handle another freestyle.
I'm going to ask you, okay. I'm going to give you 4 cards, right? And the way I'm going to freestyle is I'm going to do a conscious piece. You got a choice between a Mercedes conscious, a Lincoln conscious, then you have a Jaguar conscious, or a Ford or a BMW. Choose.
Stan, what you choosing?
Well, dear lady, this one's yours. I had the last one.
I knew you wasn't gonna do that. I knew you wasn't gonna let me do that one. Okay, I'm gonna go with the Jaguar.
Ooh.
All right. Stan the Man?
Yes, sir.
Which one you gonna do? And I'll
Which
make
one
some.
I want you to do?
A Jaguar, a Mercedes.
Hey, I'm an old school guy, and I love those Land Cruisers, man. I'm going to have to go with the Lincoln.
All right. Okay, the Lincoln. All right. The Lincoln and the Jaguar. All right. Now your seatbelts are fastened.
Yes,
all
they
right.
are.
I'm going to do a conscious piece called Mad. If I make a difference and show resistance, show my breath as I speak, that I will not be weak as I protest. Protest because I need to be focused and let the world know that we are not going to be hopeless. Too many people have died and parents have cried and family members have cried. Will there ever be peace that will be denied? See, I got more flavor than natural. If I move like a jaguar or go over land like a Landover, I'll make sure that I keep my composure. Behold the assignment that we never be in that world of confinement. Every land of the peace, I drive in the Jaguar, looking for a road that will never end in its prosperity. Sometimes I have to drive in the Landover because my mixed emotions got me spilling and revealing in this time that I need success so I could bless people with a message. There's leverage and more time that we need to take serious. You see, I've come something very special. I've come to a higher level. This is a jaguar and that type of land over peace for more love to increase. For every vehicle, I had to choose between two. Sometimes I'm in one and the other, and my mind is in the other one. Every land that we step in, can we ever make peace? Well, God has us to be. Or we at each other's throats. Will we ever stop being mad? And can peace be something that we take in, or will we drive and may get off the road? But the episode is the only arrival. That Jaguar, keep driving this road. Hopefully that I don't hit a pothole, because I just brought new tires, more fire and more burning desire. And I hope within my Land Rover that's never over, that we could take a stand against injustice, that we be as people, that we be as one, wherever you drive, for the Jaguar to be free and the Land Rover to be all that we can be. We will drive to the place called freedom. Mr. Automatic Charismatic, the local engine, pop in drive.
See, that's what I'm talking about. You sat there, took two car makes, and spun that into that piece right here, right now. Now, you may not have that 90-mile-an-hour delivery that Legendary does, but you've got that mind that can click those words over. Sweet. That was nice, Automatic. I enjoyed that one.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Legendary is incredible. He has that high power motor type speed. Those horses. Oh, yeah. You know what I mean?
I hear you. Yeah, he's definitely 90 miles an hour the minute he hits. He's smoking tires and hits. He is.
There's some freestylists that can go 90 miles an hour, and then there's some freestylists that just sit down and smoke their words. And you were definitely one of those. So that was awesome. And the way that you took two car brands and turned it into an amazing poem was just astounding, and we thank you for that. Thank you.
Thank you. Are you going to have the mad speed round and make a difference?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we kind of doing it together, all together, just because we had so many callers tonight. But we are going to try to do at least one more, okay?
All right, then.
All right. You have a good night, okay?
You do the same, Miss Lady. Murder,
all right.
Murder, she wrote.
Yep. There you go.
All right.
You're silly. Have a good night.
Thank you, Automatic, for coming in.
All right, here we got one more caller before we are going to do our little post speed round, okay, for the end of the show.
All right.
All right, Titan.
What's up? I've been hanging in with y'all like I said I would. I love this show tonight. It's awesome.
Yeah,
to the bitter end, right?
Man, and I gotta give mass shouts out to my Double Dragon brother over there in Buffalo, New York. He he does his thing, and we've actually been talking about when I get down to Buffalo, we're gonna do one of them old school sessions where you hang out on the corner and you just spit lyrics into the atmosphere. So one of these days I'm gonna be freestyling on the corner in Buffalo, New York. So, man.
Oh yeah.
But seeing as everybody's been freestyling as of late, I just actually came across a piece that fits tonight's show about about loss and hope. So right now I got a piece called Ode to Depression, and basically I wrote this when I thought I was going to lose myself because my health was in a place I didn't know what was going on. There was a lot of issues going on with my head, and doctors didn't really have an answer for me yet. So I sat for like 2 or 3 months waiting to get a finalized answer, and eventually I wound up having surgery. But the medication, pain meds that I was on after the surgery had my head in like a downward spiral, and I kept getting confirmation from folks that I need to write it out. So finally, when I did, I came up with this piece. So I'm going to get into it. I love you in a place where there is no sun, yet I see the light in you. Sing me a lullaby and rest me on the moon, far away from this vessel, on this wasteland that I inherited. I've fallen far from grace, no love for self or anyone else. Helping hands want payment, so I keep it to myself, creating scars as if I were a cutter, while internalizing myself less. If myself less, the whole, then the whole still remains. No matter how much is stripped from me, I still stand, whether alone or in a crowd. The weak that's perceived will be the strength to pick me up and build, remold, re-release the beast, the best in me. My mirror, reflection blurred, but the vision of the me I wish to see is ever so clear. This shell that houses me doesn't define me, just a testament of how much the spirit can withstand. So me that I know I will be, brush yourself off, tighten up that armor, for the battle has yet to be won. And that's that piece.
That was outstanding. That, yes. You definitely, the battle is not won, and we've got to fight it every day. Every day.
Titan, that piece was amazing. I know a little bit about your battle, and I know that piece means a lot to you and is definitely coming from your heart. And yes, as someone who fights battles every day, that's the only choice we have. We have to keep fighting. We got to wake up every day and keep fighting. So that was an amazing piece. Thank you.
Thank you for having me and allowing me to bless this mic, and hopefully to bless somebody else that's going through it and just doesn't have their voice yet. They know it's there, but they just don't know how to tap into it. So my words are to give power. And if anything, words do two things. They can either build you up or they can tear you down. And it takes more work to tear down than it does to build up. So I'm here to keep building and hoping somebody else can build somebody else and just, make it a domino effect.
Yep.
All right. Well, we hope that you call back next week, too, on our lupus awareness show.
No problem. As long as you guys are here, I'm here. So until next week, peace, blessings, and love.
Well, we're
All right.
going to be here
next
next week. Yes, sir. And thank you. Thank you for contributing.
No problem.
Okay, Stan, before we do our last two pieces of the night, I just want to give you guys another quote that's from the same poet as before, which is Rumi, the 13th century poet. And this one goes with this last poem I wanna give you guys. Is the wound is the place where the light enters you. that just did something to me. So I just want to give you this poem tonight, okay?
Okay.
Death. I don't understand why we put our loved ones in pine boxes when most of us are claustrophobic. And the alternative is to burn our bodies until we are ash. Who would want to burn for eternity? And why do we save our dead loved ones' remains and keep it in a keepsake? Are we trying to remember the mistakes we make, or are we keeping them from entering some golden gate that we always hear about but never see? I cannot stop crying because when I look in the mirror, I see all the tread marks on my heart. I wonder how thin its skin is and how much longer it will be before all its color just fades away. I think I was about 13 when the first boy I loved died. I remember holding conversations with him while he held up the fence between us. I remember the way he smelled. I remember his smile. But most of all, I remember the way I felt when I was told he was gone. He left this world so young, and I was far from done. I have always loved the wrong people, and the universe has found some ways to take them from me, as if to say no and pop my hands. But when they leave, I feel like I'm walking in quicksand, trying so hard to get up and move on, try as I may. I'm just too sluggish to stand. I found love, real love, when I was 17. Never thought it would leave me, but somehow it slipped through my hands like sand slips through an hourglass, flipped me through a loop. And today I have realized that even though I landed on my feet, I walked away damaged and would never again be the same. I spent years loving people who didn't love me back. I think it might have been a defense mechanism, something to fill this empty space inside of me. My heart was cold and empty. There were just warm bodies to fill an empty space. Then there was you. You quickly became my drug. I literally can't breathe in a world without you in it. Our separation didn't come from lack of love, but somehow our world keeps turning to shit. They say if you let love go and it comes back to you, then it was always yours. So how many times do I have to let you go before your wings get tired and you no longer feel the need to fly? When will you stop leaving me alone to cry? So is this what will always be? Is this my heartache and loneliness, my destiny? Losing love is like wearing your heart on the outside and leaving pieces of it here and there until one day your hands are bare and all you can do is stare at all you once had. So now I'm left with this little piece of my heart. I must leave it here at your graveside because the blood no longer pumps. Everything inside has died in peace.
Yes, that's a lesson learned right there. And that he was 13. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a heck of a lesson to have to learn, young in life. And there is a lesson there too, because my mom passed when I was 10. And
oh my.
Then I'll tell you something. The memory of her was pretty much all there was, for a long time. But that's what's left now, is that sweet memory of those very short years. And I value them above all things.
I am quite sure. I have a lot of memories with him, and I think of him all the time, and especially when I go see my grandmother, because he lived in the house right behind hers. So, it was difficult. But, it was just the first of many, unfortunately,
yeah.
But that's what life happens. And the one thing that I've learned is that we have to go through the things that God intended us to go through in order for us to be the people that he intended us to be.
Yes. Yes. Well, I'll tell you. I'm going to do some pieces here. One of them is from pretty much a brevity master. Or at least that's what he seems. He seems to be a brevity master. And it's not so much the subject of this, but in a metaphoric way, it's the feeling of this loss. And this is from Mr. James Rothline, and it's called Remembering Jackie. Buried in the ground, a stone. Okay. Buried in the ground, a stone slab in the yard to guard his feline bones. I still remember and mourn. But he was already gone, wasting away before my eyes, for I was powerless or too ignorant to ease his passing. And that's in peace.
Wow.
Yeah, that's that part where you see somebody someone you care about. In this case, he's talking about a cat, but you can see anyone that you care about, and see them leaving, and that desperation of what do I do? How do I stop? What can I do? You know. And I got to thank James for that one, because that was right on time with what we're dealing with tonight.
That definitely was. That definitely was, and I really enjoyed that piece.
Yeah. And as for myself, I've got a little short one here. It's a tanka.
Okay.
And this isn't, huh?
I said, okay, let's hear it.
Okay. And this isn't so much about those who are mourning. This would be sort of a message from the one who's leaving to the ones left behind. It's called Passing. Do not mourn my loss. My life lived with few regrets. My mistakes, lessons. My love gave, and love returned. My best in you still remains. In peace.
Absolutely. My best in you still remains. Oh, gosh. That was beautiful. That reminded me of my grandfather. Brought a little tear to my eye. So on that note, I really want to appreciate, I thank all of our callers for calling in tonight. I do want to remind you next week, same time, Tuesday, 9 p.m., that we're going to do our other Hurt Locker show, and it's going to be lupus awareness. And I'm hyped. I'm so hyped about this show. So I hope everybody will definitely tune in to this show.
Yes. Yeah. Because this thing is a nasty little monster.
Definitely. Nasty little monster is the nicest way I've ever heard it. I've ever heard it described. So yes, most definitely. So I do want to wish everybody peace and blessings tonight. I hope everyone has a wonderful night. Thank you so much for coming and calling in, and we can't wait to hear you next week, Tuesday at 9 o'clock on Hurt Locker on Epiphany Radio, the For Real Network, sponsored by Larry Maddox. You all have a great night.
Yes. Good journey to all. Good night.
I never meant to call you in your sorrow. I never meant to call you in your pain. I don't want to see you laughing. I only want to see you laughing in the purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. your mind. I think you better close it.